People have said it for years.
Bailey, you have a black cloud hanging over you all the time.
Now, there's a podcast to hear those dumbass stories of misery and triumph. Welcome to Bailey's Black Cloud Podcast.
Episode 46. Thank you. My name's Jason Bailey here in the Golden Scissor Studio, beautiful Roswell, Georgia. There is Nate in Mexico.
Hola.
Look a little different today, buddy. You got dressed up for the occasion. You're wearing your Asics sleeveless shirt. You're not doing one of those day off tank top type of attire. I like it.
Yeah, I'm going to the gym after this, so I figure I just put those clothes on so I don't have to sweat through another pair.
Well, you look nice. And, of course,
you.
Branden is here with me. And you look great, too. I got to tell you. You got your Adidas sweatpants on, and you got a little gray. It doesn't look like you have a meeting today for your backwater business because you're not wearing your khakis.
Yeah, no meeting today. I'm hoping to get a haircut today. It's my haircut and attire.
He had lunch. I feed him every day. That's part of this deal, right? And he not only gets a little change in his pocket for helping out, but I also feed him every day. And Nate, you know how I eat. I eat fairly healthy, so usually for lunch I'll have a piece of salmon and some rice and a wrap or something like that. Some nuts, some cheese, some egg, and Branden is not a fan of eating healthy. So over the weekend, I grilled some wings on the Kamado Joe in the Jotisserie, and it's really those wings are absolutely amazing. And I don't do anything special. I just cook them nice and crispy in the rotisserie, and it just goes round and round and round. And you got to get the coals all nice and hot equally around the KJ. Anyway, he had it yesterday, and I think you enjoyed them.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah,
they were good.
I don't want. Yeah, they were good. I want. Yeah, they were fucking awesome.
I mean, they were pretty awesome.
Okay.
They're a little smaller than I thought they'd be.
That's not my fault. It's hard to find a good wing.
Oh, really?
It really is. I think there's a chicken wing shortage, actually.
Yeah, I always hear that, but it seems like there's chicken wings everywhere. Just like the other shortages. Like, there's a shortage of everything, but you can find everything. So I don't know.
There's always a shortage of something when you can't find it.
Yeah.
It's now become the excuse, like when you call up customer service and every single one, when they don't know what they're doing, they say, "Oh, I am so sorry. My computer's running a little bit slow today." Your computer's not running slow. You just have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah. There's a shortage on chips, and we can't get cars, and the oranges are out of stock. That's the chips. What's going on?
Well, the chip thing is supposedly real. I got buddies in the car business, and their lots are empty, and they can't.
Are they though? Every car dealership I've seen, there's cars on it.
Well, I can only tell you, Carl Black here in Roswell, where I take my car. That's where I bought my truck, and I've got a good relationship with them. And my buddy Bill is the service manager. And I was having this conversation with him a couple months ago. I said, "Man, the lot looks a little scarce," because that was when I was looking to either buy or lease a new truck. I usually lease vehicles because I get bored with them. But my Denali, I love it, and I don't like the new body style. I think it looks kind of girly. I like the boxy truck look. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to buy it. And they were saying, well, look, if you decide to sell it like to us or you private sell it, you're going to make money. I said, what? He goes, one, it's a well sought after truck, the model, right? And it's less than 3 years old. Or it's 3 years old now, so it looks brand new. It's only got like 45,000 miles on it. And he said, but we don't have any. I said, well, why don't you have any? He's like, well, they're all ready to go, but we can't get any chips from China. Chips in China, the Chinese chicken, and so I was like, what do you mean you can't get the chips from China? He's like, there's a shortage of chips. Like, what do you mean there's a shortage of chips? Is there a shortage of people in the chip laboratory not making the chips? Or is there a shortage of the materials that go into the chip? I didn't get that answer. That I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Well, how about we just go American and make our own damn chips?
Well, I mean, that would be the argument, absolutely. But it's more expensive to make stuff here, and which actually brings me to my black cloud is, the my Court Caddy and before I get beat up and called a hypocrite, because I know at one time I did say, I was like, it's important for me to keep it in the United States. Technically, I am. Are you laughing back?
No, just a little cough. I'm sorry. I think I'm coming down with something.
Tickle.
You got something.
Tickle.
You got something to say, son. Say it.
I just had a little cough.
All right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Might have the Rona.
Okay. You better not fucking have the Rona in this house. I'm getting ready to get my booster shot. See how I feel on that one. So the company that is making the My Core Caddies, is an American company. And I learned that American companies have American companies overseas. So it'd be like a Kia dealership or a Nissan dealership in the United States. It's still a Japanese company just in the United States. So if you were Japanese and said, I only buy Japanese, but I live in the United States, you could buy Nissan or buy Kia, just to name a few, right? And it would still be Japanese. So the way I'm justifying this, which I think is a very good argument, is that it is an American company, and they are based in the United States, but they have a plant in China.
I think that's called outsourcing, right?
Yes and no. Outsourcing would be you have a product that you are making, let's say in America, but you hire another country to make it. Right. It would be like if I took the My Court Caddy, right? So the whole process of this, and for those that don't know what I'm talking about, I have no clue. It's an invention I came up with last year. It kind of came to fruition pretty quickly, thanks to my old business partner. If it weren't for him, I would have never been at this stage now. He was a very, very important part of this process, and I thank him for that. But when I came up with it, and he went to his 3D printer, and he did all the specs and stuff like that, and we got it going on. If I would have taken that spec and what they're called CAD files, CAD files or step files, and I would have shipped it over to a Chinese company and said, mass produce this, that would be outsourcing. But instead I went to this company in Chicago, which I've learned is the plastic mold manufacturing capital of the world. I had no idea. And they said, we're going to manufacture it at our plant in China, but it's an American company.
Why do they do it there? Is it just cheaper to build it there, I guess?
Because the labor, yeah. I mean, there's no getting around that, of course. Yes, absolutely. The labor is a lot cheaper.
Okay. So it's not like they're not shipping a bunch of Daryls over to China to work at this plant. It's just owned by the American company.
That I don't know. So I got a video. If you follow me on social media, I posted. It's a very short video. It's like 6 seconds, but they sent it to me. And I've been going back and forth with them on this like portal, and they speak American. So they have Americans that are working there. There's no doubt about that, because there's another woman that works in the front office there, Betty, and she responds back, and she's American. She speaks in English.
Is it like Betty, like the telemarketers? Hello, my name is Betty.
No, so I've never talked to her, but her emails, she's straight up, she's a Yankee, you could tell. But on her email, her handle, it has, I'm assuming, her name in Chinese and then Betty.
Right. Yeah.
So I maybe Charlie is yuck. I have no idea, but so far this whole process in which I've done, I think I've talked about it numerous times on these podcasts, has been a learning experience. Nothing easy is, if it's going to be successful, it's not going to be easy, right? It just can't.
It's not for you.
Yeah, at least not for me, exactly. But these people that do this, they're engineers, so they're like next level smart, and they talk to you like you're an idiot. And I am. But when it comes to this stuff, it's like if somebody walked into a chef walked into a radio studio and they didn't know any of the buttons, they didn't know how to talk, they didn't know. I'm not going to talk down to them. These people talk. This is like the nerd revenge era that we live in. They talk down to you like you're a fucking moron. Like I missed a couple weeks on my delivery of my product because they didn't ask the question. I think I told you guys that. They sent me a PowerPoint presentation with some changes that they wanted to make for the mold. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great, whatever. But I never answered them because there was no question. They just assumed that when I read it, I would know that I have to answer it. But there was no question mark. There was no question. It was like, we suggest that you move this, and this, and that. Cool. When I wrote back, I go, cool, But I had to confer. It's a mess. It was a mess.
Okay.
But anyway, so here's the black cloud. This hopefully will be the final black cloud. Now, I have been getting orders, and I'm fulfilling those orders, and it's actually really cool to understand the process of shipping stuff out because I've never done this before. So I have my Shopify site, and it's connected to ShipStation software, and then I'll get a notification, and then I'll see these people's names come in. And I click on their name and I print out, the shipping label and the packing label. And I put together this box and we do it real nice and neat. So it's got nice presentation, My muse is Anne Hathaway in The Intern with Robert De Niro, where she owns a company and she spends so much time on the presentation. So I figured I want to be like Anne Hathaway. And so, I get the box. I've got the yellow packing paper, tennis ball pack yellow, and then I have, I put the packing label in there, the information, and then I put this coupon for a next order, there's a coupon code, and then a thank you note, and then everybody gets a free prize with it. I add something to, because I've got all this merch, so I put in a free prize, a thank you, so they get a little something extra, and then, I tape it up, and then I put the shipping label on the outside or whatever it is, and then I take it to the UPS store, and it's really, really cool. The problem is right now and today is when I'm supposed to get my order. I'm supposed to have my order today. I'm supposed to have a large quantity of my quart caddies shipped to my house. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but I have orders to fill, and I've got all these people lining up, and I don't want them to wait. The problem is I don't know if it's going to be here today. It definitely will be here by Friday, but it was supposed to be here a week ago. I don't know if it's going to be here today because it was held up in Miami. I got this message from DHL saying, and I was freaking out the other day, saying that my package is held up in Miami. And I don't know. I was like, why? That's bullshit. I'm like, only me, right, Nate? Only me. Yeah. I can't find the freaking to get my package here.
I wonder why it's even in Miami. I would assume it would come in from a West Coast port, unless they had to drive around.
Yeah, you would think, right? No, it went straight. I flew it. It didn't come through the water.
Oh, okay.
So I paid extra to get it here early, and I flew. And shipping is not cheap, by the way. So if anybody's like, I'm not paying $34.99 for that, well, trust me, if you knew how much I paid for shipping, this is the ins and outs. The people that don't listen and are out of state or out of country that are ordering these, and I have had a couple of those, they're not getting the inside scoop of this is the My Quart Caddy documentary, all right, for everybody.
Yeah.
So I fly it, and it flies into Miami Gardens, and that's whatever the, shipping area there. And I've been getting these notifications from DHL, and they said that it's stuck there, and it's awaiting clearance, and you have to contact us. I'm like, well, okay, well, that's fine. So I'm sweating bullets. I call the phone number that's on the email, and that person can't help me. I have to have somebody else help me, and they told me somebody was going to call me back in the next couple minutes. I said, okay, and they said, next couple minutes, but no more than 2 hours.
So stand by.
Like, what are you, the cable company? Like, okay, that's fine. Just give me a buzz. So nobody calls, and I'm flipping out. So I call the company that is doing the mold injections, and that's, if you've been listening, that's been an adventure. And they ghost me. Nobody's getting back in touch with me all day long. And then finally, I sent an email to customer service at DHL. They respond with the necessary information that they need. And it surprises me what they need. They need my name, my address, my email address, and my phone number and also a tax ID or an EIN number for my company, my LLC. But shouldn't that have been on it from the get-go?
Yeah, you'd think so, because how would they even... I mean, I'm guessing it went to Miami because maybe that's the closest major, distribution center or something. But so how would it even know to come to Miami if you didn't have an address on it?
That's a great point. I have no idea. So I'm just dumbfounded by this whole thing. And in my head, I'm going, why me? Why me? And then, of course, the answer is... hence what we do on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, so I send the information and then I wait and I let some time go by. And then I email again. I said, please confirm you got this and the status of my shipment. Ghost. Boo. Nothing. No response. Nothing at all. So I call again and the really nice lady. I will say that the people at DHL are very, very nice.
They are.
And she goes, well, you have to contact this other department. I was like, well, I've been waiting for this department to call. She goes, well, let me transfer you to them. And I said, well, give me the number just in case we get disconnected. She gives me the same number I just called her. She goes, that's weird. I go, there's no way that I'm the first person to ever tell you that. I was like, out of all the years DHL has been in existence, there's no way I'm the first person to have this problem and to have that issue. There's just no way. It's impossible. Anyway, so she goes, all right. So she transfers me to the super secret Men in Black department, whatever it is, international. I have no idea. And a really nice lady gets on the phone and she helps me out and she asks me the information. And I said, okay. And she goes, I see that you have been in contact with a coworker of mine, Joe. And I said, yes. And she goes, well, okay, let me move this a little bit faster. Fucking Joe didn't put my shit into the computer. So I don't know what the fuck Joe was doing all damn day.
Come on, Joe.
But Joe needs to get a little spark under his hiney hole because J-Bay's here in Atlanta looking for his My Court Caddies, and Joe's over there twiddling his nutsack. Well, God knows where Joe's at, but Joe's fucking the whole process up, So I said to this lady, well, what's Joe doing? And she goes, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, Joe.
Hilarious.
Joe, he's always taking naps during the day. Joe's got himself a drug problem. So she puts the information in. She goes, you're good. She goes, now record this number. And I said, okay. And she tells me this number, letters, numbers, and stuff. And I said, what is this? And again, she's talking to me like I'm an idiot. Like I know what she's talking about. She gives me a CMF. And she says, make sure you share this CMF number with the company that ships your product next time. And I said, did they not have this CMF number on the shipment? She goes, I guess not. And I said, oh, well, that sucks. Would you like to guess what CMF stands for?
Continental monkey fucks.
Damn, you're so close.
Damn it.
Branden?
Compromise mailing fuck up.
No, you can't have fuck up in real life. It's only on this show. Even though everything is better with fuck. No. It's customer master file. Customer master file. Never heard that term before in my entire life. America, customer master file. That is the number. So, because the lady always ghosts me at the company that I spent a lot of money for these My Court Caddies to sell to you guys, mycourtcaddy.com. I get it all solved, and by end of the day, close of business, I get a phone call from the lady, and she's all jovial and upbeat. She's like, Jason, hey, it's Kristen. I saw your email. Looks like everything got taken care of, right? I said, Kristen, where have you been? I've been spending the better part of my day fucking having to deal with this, and I don't think this is my job. That's what I paid you guys an obscene amount of money for, to make sure I didn't have to deal with this. Oh, you know what? I have a friend that's really into tennis. What is your website again for your invention? No. Let's go back and talk about your fuck ups, and then we'll sell my product. I know what you're trying to do here. Well, Jason, I'm just glad everything got done. How did it, I don't know how that slip up happened, and I'm going to apologize. It wasn't my fault, but those guys, I'm going to give a buzz over to China, and I'm going to talk to them.
Fucking Joe.
Well, and the only reason she called me is throughout this whole process, what I've learned, it's the old CC email method, is that if you're not getting anything done or out of the person that you're originally emailing, then CC anyone or someone or everyone on the same email, just so they know how incompetent that person is being. So Chinese Betty, I put Chinese Betty on there. And I think Chinese Betty and American Kristen have some heat through email, because I've got a couple emails where Chinese Betty kind of goes after her. So it's like, if I put Chinese Betty on the email, American Kristen is going to respond. And guess what? She did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of the office format is nobody wants to take responsibility, throw everybody else under the bus. So yeah, if you can use that to your advantage, definitely helps.
Well, that's what they do. I mean, we lived through this, me more than you guys, but with the rat is when they start CCing people, and the broken car part guy, he would do that all the time, and I knew when he was starting to put a file. That's what they have to do in order to fire you. They have to put a file together, because it's like, what are we firing them for? So they have to paint this picture that you're this bad employee and stuff. So they would send out emails, and he would actually cut audio and put it in the emails and copy the market manager on it and say things that I did not say. And then I would have to respond. But, they're smart enough to know anytime a person is accused of something and they respond with, I did not do it, and you're defensive, you're automatically guilty, and you look guilty, and you're at fault. And that's the game you play. So, because I'm not a yes guy, that irritated the fuck out of them. So they put the emails together. Now, if I was, doing what certain people do and just blowing everybody, jizz mask, I look younger. Jizz mask, I look younger. Graze away. Things would have turned out differently, but I'm glad they didn't. Anyway.
Yeah.
Can you turn that into a meme? I don't. That's my dream one day, to be a Twitter meme or a GIF. It's like, oh man, get the jizz mask. I want that as my Twitter meme. All right, so it's supposed to be here today for those that are looking for the My Court Caddy, like for Christmas as a prize. They will get to you, so that's all I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to be shipping them out. I mean, they're ready to rock and roll. I just got to do a couple things to them and then make the package nice and neat, but you will have them by Christmas, the sooner you order. So I appreciate that. One big fucking commercial for My Court Caddy, but I can do that.
Yeah.
Because there are no rules, and I don't have anybody telling me not to, which is great. All right, let me do this before we go, because the 12 J-Bays of A Bastard's Christmas is rocking and rolling, and we are on, day 3 of the 12 J-Bays, correct? Day 3?
4.
Day 4.
Today's Wednesday, right?
Today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
today's
so 4.
Wednesday. Today is day 4. Day 4. So let me play yesterday's 3, and then I'll play today's. And for those, because since Wednesday's our free show, those not in the know of what we're doing, on Sunday we started the 12 J-Bays of A Bastard's Christmas. Every day for 12 days, there's a new clip of the song that, I got to tell you, the vocals that I've performed are absolutely amazing. The background vocals are top-notch. That's Eric Hogan from the Nirvana tribute band Nevermind, at Nevermind ATL. The writing is exceptional. I mean, this is the bit of all bits. This is the new traditional Christmas song that people will be singing for years to come. I promise you that.
Step aside, Mariah Carey.
That's
You're
right.
done.
Everybody's sick of the Mariah Carey song. Now, radio stations across the country are going to be requesting the 12 J-Bays of A Bastard's Christmas. If Disco Duck by Rick Dees back in the day can be a hit song, this can be a hit song. When you see it on our social media, on Instagram, at The Bailey Show Podcast, on YouTube, at The Bailey Show Podcast. So just search for The Bailey Show, right? Bailey
Correct.
Show Podcast.
We're not the one with the dog.
Not the, why is there one with the dog?
Yeah, there's one with the dog that's got more followers than us.
Well, what do they do? Who are
I
they?
don't know. They just post pictures of their dogs.
Is it a podcast or is it just a channel?
It's just a channel.
Well, what is it called? The BS?
It's called The Bailey Show.
Shut the fuck up.
It's just got pictures of dogs.
That motherfucker's last name better be Bailey.
I might
sure
be the dog's name.
is-
Yeah.
The dog's name. We've got competition on YouTube with the dog. Can somebody subscribe to our fucking channel so we can beat out? How many subscribers do they have?
240, and I think we're at 140.
Oh, so it's only hundreds.
Yeah.
And we just started the channel. Oh, we'll be fine. Okay, I'm not too worried about it. And then on Facebook, if you like, share, and tag to the best of your ability, in which you guys have been great, by the way. Every day we are going to have a winner from all 3 platforms. And what you'll get is a 3-month subscription to the BS. You will get a Better Than Radio, the BS t-shirt, and a Better Than Radio, the BS sticker sent to your house, straight to your house, into your hands. It is the best Christmas prize of all Christmas prizes. All right, so here was day 3. This was yesterday. On the 3rd day of Christmas, my strange biological father sent to me 3 broken rubbers, 2 old baseball gloves, and a picture of his current family. Oh, that's tight. That's really good.
It's good.
It's good. It's really good, right? I
Right.
mean, the
It
vocals. Like, because I think I had already written the song when we were down in Mexico. You should have lined something up for me to do something acoustic at one of the cantinas.
Yeah, we don't have a guitar player unless Branden plays guitar.
Brandon.
Air guitar, that's it.
Yeah, but we could do a track. I could track like some of these boy bands. Totally could track it. You know, just
Yeah.
play in the background on a lip sync up there.
Yeah, there you go. It's like SNL.
Vampire puppet song, vampire song, vampire song, vampire song. All right, now here's today. This is the newest one, day 4. We're on day 4.
Correct.
12 J-Bays of Christmas. You got to keep me on track here because I'm still getting used to the scheduling of the shows and when we record and when people listen, you know. I know that's supposed to be that's breaking the fourth walls, we call it in the podcast business. All right, such a pro now. All right, here's day 4. On the 4th day of Christmas, my strange biological father sent to me 4 calling cards, 3 broken rubbers, 2 old baseball gloves, and a picture of his current family. What I'm thinking about doing is maybe not this year, but next year, if I have enough time to practice, Eric Hogan and I could do a live performance of this. And you can hire us for your Christmas parties. I know some of the companies, like our former employee, they don't have theirs until February, but we'll still be available at a fee to come out and perform this one song. I'm looking at probably $5,000 an appearance because that's how hot this song is. It's really
Seems
hot.
fair.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
And so far, the shares and likes, I mean, we're not talking tens or hundreds. We're talking thousands. I mean,
Yeah,
people are sharing this motherfucker. They like it. And I know you guys want to win, and I want you to win. I want everybody to win. That can't happen, but this is good stuff. Really good stuff. My strange biological father sent to me, and you could tell that's my true vocals because I had nothing behind what I just did, and it sounded exactly the same as the clip that I played.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not processed. I'm not Pro Tooled. You know, this is just straight angelic oral mouth movements. Whatever that.
Yeah. Why is the father strange?
Estranged.
Estranged?
Estranged.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying strange. It's like, what does he do?
Does estranged mean you don't know him? Is that what that means?
Are you trying to tell me this entire fucking time you had a question about the lyrics that I could have possibly screwed up, and now on day 4 you're just bringing it to my attention?
No, maybe I heard it wrong.
Well, you did hear it wrong, and I'm glad you heard it wrong. But I could screw up. And this whole time, I was saying something that I shouldn't have been saying. Like, sometimes I think words mean different things.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know I was hearing it wrong. I thought I was hearing it. I was just asking why he was strange.
He's not strange. He's estranged. My strange biological father. And that's tough. Not everybody in the singing world can do that. And it's kind of like a R&B meets rap thing where I move my mouth. I have to keep it moist. So it's a strange biological father sent to me, and the inflection. It's very, very difficult. Go ahead. Feel free. Try it. Go ahead, Nate.
Estranged?
No, estranged. You got to sing it. A strange biological father sent to me.
A strange biological father sent to me.
So you can't do it.
A strange biological father sent to me.
You can barely talk. Yeah. So. All right, jasonbailey.com. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to all of our sponsors. We love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For those that are reaching out that want to sponsor going into the new year, we're having conversations. This is great. And anybody that does, reach out to any one of us. We've got some really cool things planned. We got events. We've got merch. We got a new website coming sooner than later. We've got just a bunch of shit happening. So it's very, very, very cool. And on this Friday's BS for you 2%ers, a really, really cool guest is going to be on the show. Lacey Hutchins, Behind Bars.
Correct.
Lacey Hutchins, Behind Bars. And usually we talk to our guests for as long as we want to talk to them, like about an hour or so, or whenever the conversation dies. But Lacey Hutchins, from what I understand, can only talk in 16-minute increments. And
Was he get tired?
No, because his minutes run out. So we have to go through his brother in order to talk to Lacey, who's incarcerated for life in Savannah. But I will tell you that he is claiming he's wrongfully incarcerated. And so you listen Friday and you find out what he got busted for and the whole story behind that as we try to maneuver the 16-minute increments of Lacey Hutchins. It's Hutchins, right? Hutchins?
Hutchins, yeah.
Yeah, all right, there you go. All right, thanks for listening. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Hey, bye!
People have said it for years.
Bailey, you have a black cloud hanging over you all the time.
Now, there's a podcast to hear those dumbass stories of misery and triumph. Welcome to Bailey's Black Cloud Podcast.